People in North St. Louis County fear they could be breathing in toxins after a warning that radioactive waste from a landfill could be spreading. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Kelly Jackson in for Ann Allred.
I'm Mike Bush. Missouri officials are telling the EPA that waste from West Lake Landfill may have gotten into the Bridgeton Landfill, where an underground fire is burning right now. Justina Cornell went to Bridgeton today.
You really do live under the shadow of the mushroom cloud for the rest of your life.
The life Dawn Chapman never pictured. Yet the Just Moms co-founder emerged herself into another world in 2013 to protect her family and others.
At one point in time, you couldn't even be here and go out of the house. It was like you were chopping onions. You know what I'm saying? Like it was bad.
She remembers the smell near her home just 2 miles away from two landfills, West Lake and Bridgeton. The smell made her sniff out the situation.
We call it the West Lake complex. It is all one big hole in the ground.
That's when she learned about West Lake Landfill, that radioactive waste from the atomic bomb was illegally dumped there in the 1970s. The EPA Superfund site sits next to Bridgeton Landfill.
Part of the site caught on fire in 2010. And has been burning ever since.
Recently, the EPA announced it found more radioactive contamination at West Lake. In response, Missouri's Department of Natural Resources sent this letter asking the EPA to be the lead agency because of a high probability of radioactive material at Bridgeton Landfill.
So what DNR is saying is basically that, hey, so this isn't a normal site. And what it takes to regulate this in the future going forward after the cleanup, that's a huge burden on us.
Chapman says there will never be a concrete answer because testing above the fire hasn't been done.
And the answer that we've always been given is could be, could not be. We don't know and we can't find out.
After years in the fight, Chapman accepts this as an acknowledgement.
I think it's huge because it's an agency saying out loud what we all have feared and thought. So to see another agency say it is big. But the truth is, it's not catching people off guard. They're not like, what? They're like, finally.
The EPA and the owner of the site, Republic Services, say there is no evidence that there's radioactive waste in the Bridgeton landfill. I'm also told there's no estimate for when remediation will begin. As for the advocacy group Just Moms, they're hoping to use this information to push forward legislation within the federal government to protect radioactive waste victims.